What's up, everybody? This is Clint from the Diehard MMA Podcast for Odds.com. Make sure you check out UFC Vegas 21, the podcast. Click the link below. Head on over to Odds.com. Check it out. We broke it all down with my boy Gianni, the Greek. We got some really good stuff this week. Hit the link. Hit the like. Good luck on all your action. You have a great week. Basically, we're jumping straight to the final fight on the preliminary card. We've got Cortney Casey taking on JJ Aldrich, women's flyweight fight. This one should be fun. Casey is 9-8-0, almost a 500 fighter. We've got JJ, who's 8-4. So another spot where Casey, rough run, but got the experience. JJ, a little bit of a better record. Cortney, she's a fighter that I'm not a huge fan of, Gianni, because she always ends up on her back. The problem, though, in women's MMA is you always get that damn armbar from guard. Someone always manages to snatch an arm from their back. The thing that's a red flag for me, though, is she apparently is dating Jakar Close, who's kind of a Ronin right now. He's kind of lost his way. He's traveling all over the place in AZ. He's left every single gym, had problems with every single coach, and that's her main training partner, is this guy who's kind of lost himself. So I can't expect much from what her current form is going to be when compared to maybe some of her previous form where she had an actual home gym, an actual head coach, actual good training partners. JJ Aldrich, I think, is a fighter who's very underrated. She's a tough, durable striker, and she's got really sharp boxing. Nice hands, good footwork. She circles well. She's always cutting angles. And if you go back to when she fought Macy Barber, she was piecing Macy Barber up. Now, we've learned that Barber's striking isn't necessarily what we all thought it was cracked up to be, but she was putting on a clinic right up until she got hit with a big bomb. And that's the kind of bomb that you're just not going to get from Cortney Casey. We got JJ as a minus 150 favorite at this point. She was about minus 135, I think, last night. And I wanted to talk to you about this one before I pulled any triggers. Kind of regretting it a little bit now because I like the JJ Aldrich side of things. And then you got plus 130 on the other side with Cortney Casey. Do you have any leans on this one here, Gianni?
Yeah, and you got to be really careful. If you're a handicapper that uses line moves as a big part of your determination of picks, be very cautious drawing conclusions in MMA. There's a lot of manipulation. I mean, more manipulation than many other sports.
Sure.
And then you couple that with, we all know, one of the bigger, offshore books that creates their own market, bets the games too, bets the fights also. So they know other books copy their lines off air, so they manipulate the market themselves and get the whole market to move one direction. If you know where I'm going with
then
this,
they hit it the other way.
and it's a sports book actually book. Yeah, we all, anyone that's in the offshore market understands what I'm talking about. So be careful drawing conclusions off line moves. Like this one opened 165, got dummied down to 130 and been bet up since. It's that dummy down that you shouldn't have believed.
I agree with the opener. I feel like we're getting line value here on JJ.
Yeah, you are. Listen, and that's why that fake pump came, because Cortney Casey's been one that's been overvalued by the market. Don't forget, she opened a minus 120 favorite against Wooderson. She was a plus 120 dog opened against Hill. Like, she hasn't been like this big dog. And yet she's 5-7 in the UFC. She's lost 2 of her last 3, 5 of her last 8. I couldn't agree with you more. The negative with Aldridge, she comes off a loss as a favorite. You know what I mean? And now backing her in that role again, off a layoff too. Again, 130 better than 150. Their analytics are pretty similar if you look at them. I agree with you. I like the Aldridge side here. I think it's favorite or pass, which is rare in women's MMA. But for me, it is. I think it's JJ Aldrich or leave the fight alone. Again, like I said, Cortney Casey's been overvalued by the betting market, and it's not like you've been rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So I don't see backing her as a small dog here. A lot of upside. I just don't see it.
All right, I like it. One that I was a little wishy-washy on. I'm gonna have to decide tonight if I want to get down or not, because I don't want to pay minus 160, minus 170. The higher that line goes, the more I'm going to want to pass on it. So if I decide to lock it in, everybody head on over to Twitter, give me a follow. I'll tweet it out tonight.
You may wait because you know the saying, women's MMA, bet the dog in lower level MMA. That's what everybody says and shit.
Yeah.
If it's, in women's MMA. So that trend may continue. And if dog money comes in, you may get Aldridge back at a smaller price. But because it was sharp money, that probably not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to chase it when it's all gone.
Yeah, exactly.